Okay then guys, today is a bit of a weird one. Past couple of times I've said about airing your problems out at work. If you've got a problem with your work colleague, running a business can be easy, but you've got to remember though that there is some rules and regulations that you got to abide by. So you can't go by breaking the rules when you've got work colleagues working with you. So you have to make sure that everything is run tip top. So for instance, someone's really annoyed you and deserves a verbal warning, and you decide to give a verbal warning. Now you have to go through the right steps. You have to have someone. A lot of people don't realise is that when you give a verbal warning, it's not really like a verbal warning where you just tell them. You have to have a witness, and you have to have it written down in a statement, and you have to get the witness to sign it, you to sign it, and the person that you're giving the verbal warning to sign it. And you have to have a copy yourself. It has to be signed and dated, so you have to have proof. So there's a lot more to it than what they tell you. So when people say, oh yeah, I'll just give you a verbal warning, it's not just a verbal warning, it's actually a verbal written warning, if you know what this means. So realistically, you have to be prepared to do the extras. Self-employed people, you don't have to worry about them too much, because they're going to be more work ethic. They're going to be wanting to work hard, not going to be getting on your nerves. They intend to get on and just earn you some money while earning themselves some money, because the less time they work, the less money they get. But employed people, they seem to feel, unless you've got a really good good members of staff, they're going to feel that they're there from 9 till 5 or 9 till 6 or whatever time that they're there till, and as soon as the hand hits the 6 o'clock mark or whatever, or 9 o'clock, that's when they start work, and 6 o'clock is when they finish. So they're in and then they go. There's no leeway in between. So you've got to remember that you've got to try and get passionate people involved, which I find is like a hard task sometimes. So in order to make sure that you're above board with everything, even though when you do a written warning as well, I suppose it's the same procedures as a verbal warning. Haven't quite done one yet, but I'm not going to ever say never, because no doubt I'll probably have to do one soon. Not saying I'm going to be doing one, I'm just saying it might happen soon one day. But you just got to make sure that you stay on top of everything. You have to make sure that everything is all above board. The regulations, the wages, everything changes all the time. The government like to basically dictate to business owners how we treat our staff in the workplace and all this, which is fine. I'm quite laid back and I basically let them get on with it, but try not to be too laid back. They know that if something is wrong, that I'll hold a staff meeting, and things won't get done until I've made sure that I put the pressure on them then, so they know that they've cheesed me off if that's the case. But as I said, make sure you do a lot of reading on the government websites, just to make sure that you're above board with everything, because the last thing you want is to do something thinking that you've done it the right way, but then it to come back and bounce and bite you in the bum, and you end up trying to recover from a lawsuit case, against you for something that you thought you'd done right. Just make sure you follow the rules and regulations, because it can lead down a dark road, and it won't be very good for business. So as I said, it takes you a long time to build up a good reputation, but it just takes one person to wreck that reputation, and it might not even be a customer, it might be a member of staff. So you've always got to have your wits about you, and to make sure that you stay above board with everything, because sooner or later something will catch up with you if you don't, and you'll end up having a bigger problem than what you intended to have, really. So that's the message I'm going to give to you guys. So hope you look after yourself. Remember, you are the most important person when you're starting up the business. You are the director, the boss, the CEO of your company, and you need to make sure that you stay above board and everything is done correctly. So take care for number 1, rules and regulations for number 2. Right, that's it for me, guys. I'll speak to you soon.